Yo, Pen Frens, happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great week. I'm going to give you a quick update on all things Pen Frens, which of course will not be quick and might not even be an update, but I'm going to call it that regardless, so never mind. Before we get to that though, I'm going to tell you a little story. Consider it a cautionary tale. About a year and a half ago, I got involved with this company that was forming that was meant to be an agency for musicians and artists, primarily on Ethereum, but on other chains as well. And my job there was going to be to produce documentaries and to oversee animation of fine art. So naturally, I brought Jay into the mix shortly thereafter. And shortly after that, Jay brought Jeff into the mix. And, things were progressing. We were still working our regular jobs. And the woman that was sort of the founder of it all, in one of the Zoom calls that we had a couple of months in, she said, "Hey guys, I did some projections. I ran some numbers, and I think you're gonna like the results. They're even better than I hoped." And so we said, "Okay, let's hear them." And she's like, "Yeah, it's for 1 year, and the projections. When I put in the numbers, I was very pleased. It says that we're going to make $125 million in our first year." There were 5 of us in this thing at this point, so she was quick to point out that was $25 million each, but that out of her share, she said, "I'm gonna give each of you a catamaran just as a thank you." And she was very, very pleased, in general at this point. Of course, Jay and Jeff and I were sitting there thinking, what the fuck? That's not real. Where how did you get these numbers? And we thought she's either insane or she thinks we're idiots. Either way, we're not going to make it. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. It sounded like she didn't have to oversell it like that. We were already doing the work, and if her incentive was to, show us a carrot, she got a little carried away. Anyways, from there, we handed over all the work that we had done for free, and we moved on from that. And we were convinced that we wanted to do something in crypto, and so we started to develop Pen Frens. But as we got into the space, we saw more of these people, and we heard more of these same types of projections and rhetoric, like wildly optimistic to the point of insanity. People promising the moon when they had zero hope of delivering it, and we saw people lap it up. And we saw projects making millions of dollars without a product, without a service. They're just a club. They're just a club with demand that was manufactured. That was their product. Their product was hype. Their product was a desire. The product was things to come. You don't know what it is. Could be anything. There could be anything in there. Inside that, who knows what treasures are held inside this club. You better get in it to find out. And when people are disappointed and leave, you still get paid in the royalty world, right? And the new people coming in, they pay you, and the people leaving pay you. And all we could think was, this can't be sustainable. It can't be. You can't make money this easily. It just doesn't work like that. Like, maybe we're old and cynical. We probably are. But it just didn't make any sense. And we didn't understand it. And we knew we couldn't make a project like that. We couldn't make it because we didn't understand it. But also because it just felt like fucking bullshit. And it was. And it is. And I don't mind saying that. The thing that leads me to say that now is like, okay, for a while, we kept saying to ourselves, it's not sustainable. You gotta be doing work, and probably good work, to be able to survive at least, and maybe thrive. But it's not a business. But what we saw was over several months, a bunch of projects like that. They did great. They made millions. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything except convince people that they should buy in. That's it. And they did really, really, really well. And all we could think of was, we're not like that. We can't do that. We have to just do our own thing. And so we did. And now, months after that, now these same people who initially were running those types of projects where they were riding the royalties and, kings of the hill, now they're constantly saying, well, the secret is you need revenue streams and you need to be a sustainable business model. And shut the fuck up. You should have done that then. It's disingenuous to say it now. Don't say it now. It looks bad. It's a bad look. It was always too good to be true. All that stuff. All the making $100,000 a day in royalties with no product or service. That was the $125 million a year projection. That was the free catamaran. It was bullshit. It was real in the sense that, projects made it, but it wasn't going to last. It couldn't. It was not possible. It was like the perfect confluence of events. It was the aligning of planets. And this has happened to me in my life, and J2, where the planets have perfectly aligned before, and you think that they will always be in alignment. It doesn't work like that. You can't plan for the best of times to last forever. It's ridiculous. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out, that philosophically there's just a huge difference between this particular team and other teams, and if you're more in line with that philosophy, then that's fine. That's cool. That's not where we're at. We just got to keep doing our own thing, and it's served us well so far. And yeah, when we hear that kind of stuff, it makes us, it's so fucking cringy. I can't take it. Anyways, sorry. I've ranted long enough. Some Pen Frens news. In the last week here, we launched 42 Hamsters. And if you're wondering why we did that, that's fair. But I think the importance of that was to separate us from a collection and a chain. Really both. Because what we found before was anytime that we're sort of promoting what we offer as a business, people take it as, well, you're trying to pump your bags. You're trying to support your floor price. Because first and foremost, you're a collection. And also, all of our dealings were with other projects on Solana. Because we were first and foremost a Solana collection. since we've launched 42 Hamsters, which is blockchain agnostic and is not a collection, does not support a floor price, does not have bags to pump, the amount of inquiries from ETH projects, from Cardano, from blockchains I've never even heard of, the number of those is more in a week than by a long shot than it was in 8 months under the Pen Frens banner. So I think the proof is kind of in the pudding there already in week 1 that it was a good move. For Pen Frens, nothing changes financially. It's just a lot easier for us to market and not be, well, it's a prison-based, NFT collection on Solana, but we also animate for, no, it's just, you've already lost people. It's too complex. We wanted to keep it simple. It's like, we own 42 hamsters. They're really good at animating, and we animate stuff by hamster power. And that's easy to understand. And so it's easy to market, and it's easy to have conversations with projects and individuals about who it is and what we are. It's clear. We'll animate anything you want on any chain. Don't get caught up in we're a Solana collection. They don't have to worry about that. They don't even know that at this point. They're just like, let's do it. And so, we've launched the marketplace with ABCs only, and we're about to have the Bears join them and the Jelly Rascals. And then the next one is probably going to be an ETH project. And Utes, probably DeGods as well, shortly after that. So we're going to be more diversified, I think, in the next few months, which is a major positive. We need to have as many potential clients as possible, especially in the bear market when there's so many projects that are dead or dying. We need to reach the ones that are still doing stuff and still willing to make improvements and pay for them. And the marketplace, as it currently stands, it works great, looks nice, and it's just the beginning because we want to offer animations beyond just the animated version of a static NFT. We want to offer sticker packs, but individualized to your NFT in the way that we did ones for DeGods like GN and GN and LFG and whatever other acronym is in vogue at the moment. So we want to do that on an individualized NFT basis and do it in advance. So you can go there, buy like a package of them, and come away with a bunch of different animations that you can use that are all based on your NFT. Obviously, for a lot of NFTs, you're not going to do that, right? You're not going to do that just for any NFT in your wallet. You're only going to do it for the one that's like the Web3U. So for us, the key is to identify projects where people are using the PFP on Twitter for long periods of time, and we need to move quickly because the window for that stuff closes fast. If we hit ABCs 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we might have a lot more sales than we do currently. So timing matters, project matters, and the existing sort of like NFT inspect data matters for that as well. So the marketplace is a bit of an unknown. I think there's huge potential there long term. I think the ideal placement for the marketplace is within another marketplace like Magic Eden. You go to Magic Eden, you just drop $5,000 on your forever PFP, semi forever, and on the way out they're like, oh, since you bought whatever NFT you bought for $40 or whatever, you can add the following animations, and it's like one click and they're and you're done. I mean, that's probably the future of the marketplace. We're going to build it, and at some point we'll see. I think that would make the most sense, right? Bing, bing. There's nothing exists like that right now, and to have some extras that prompt is initiated by like triggered by a purchase would be pretty cool. That's like where that's the kind of stuff that the tech needs to be able to do for us and will be able to do. So we got to look forward to that. A couple other jobs that are going on right now. We continue to do video work. We're doing one for Trip and Ape Tribe right now. We're doing another like claw machine animation for a project. We're doing some website animations for a project. We're doing something under NDA. It's not a huge thing, but we're doing something. We're doing some one-of-one stuff for an ETH project. That's cool. And we're also, whenever we get a chance, we're working on the Bears still and the Rascals. But also whenever we get a chance, because we prioritize paid work, we're working on Pen Frens, and we're working on an art update there. We've built all these tools and scripts. I say we, but of course I mean Jeff. But you know, Pen Frens needs to be the crown jewel. You know, it's not enough to be sort of the first fully animated. It needs to be the best. And I think there's some changes that we can make there that will make them more appealing in a number of ways. And in particular, one of the changes that we're making, I think will be well received by those of you who have rarer Pen Frens, because we will make the rarity more visually obvious. Let's put it that way. So anyways, that's something that we are definitely working on. Pen Frens art and a number of other things as well. But like I say, you know, this is still the bear. We're still in survival mode. In a bull market, if we had as much going on as we do right now, we'd probably add some people and get through all the things that we have to get through quicker. But it's just not the reality that we face right now. So we have lots of work to do, but we have to just kind of methodically push through it and move at a slower pace than we would really like. But you know, we're trying to make a sustainable business that we might hand over to children or younger, smarter people one day. Or maybe even ideally our children are smarter, younger people. We're not out here trying to tell you something that's too good to be true. And I don't plan on giving any of you catamarans. I'm sorry if that's disappointing news. Anyways, that's quite enough of that. I apologize for the feisty rants on a Friday. Last I checked, we had like 38 listed Pen Frens. It's nuts. You know, it's awesome. You'll love to see it. I like to think that has a lot to do with how we run things. It probably says more about you guys than it says about us, though. So as much as I want to take credit that we're running the project in the right way, where we have most people stay, you know, that's cool. I think that says more about you guys than it does about us. So yeah, appreciate you, and have a great weekend. If you made it this far, holy cow, wow, legends. Pen Frens for life.